A man is known by the company he keeps. Aesop's Fables. I have been teaching long enough to have had students and their younger siblings. A sibling is one's brother or sister. Come through my class, and I have learned that sometimes they behaved similarly, but not always. Oftentimes the younger siblings were so sufficiently different from their older counterparts that I could not, and probably should not, make predictions about their personality or their performance as a student. This made me realize that one cannot control the family into which he or she is born. However, one can definitely choose their associates. A successful person doesn't know everything, but rather knows how to surround himself with intelligent and successful people. I often think of the late Steve Jobs when he founded Apple with Steve Wozniak. Steve Jobs didn't have the programming and hardware knowledge or experience that Wozniak had, but he didn't need to. He simply formed a relationship with a smart and talented individual, and together they were able to do things that neither one of them could do simply by themselves. That ultimately led to the forming of additional relationships with intelligent and talented people, and eventually allowed Apple to become an internationally known tech company. In the fall of 2014, I had the privilege of teaching AP Chemistry because we were fortunate enough to have enough students who wanted to take the course for the first time in several years. Right from the get-go, one of the female students came in, and the very first words out of her mouth was, "I heard that there is a sophomore in this class. Is that true?" To which I replied, "Yes." Then she said, "Well, where is he?" I pointed at him, and she immediately went to go sit beside him, and that is where she sat the entire semester. Initially, I got quite a chuckle out of the incident, but the more I reflected on it, the more I realized that she had shown a rare quality that few high school students possess. Possess means to have. The female student was a very intelligent and capable young lady, but she also realized that she didn't know everything and understood that given the rigorous means difficult or tough, nature of the course, she might need some additional help in the class. She knew that if a sophomore was in a predominantly senior class, then he must be quite intelligent, and found it important to surround herself with people like him. In addition to academics, one must be meticulous. Meticulous means very attentive to detail, and prudent in choosing their friends as well. Even though it isn't necessarily fair, people will still make judgments about you based upon who you choose to hang out with, how you dress, or what you look like. Now, I'm not condoning. Condone means to support something or be okay with it. The principle of judging a book by its cover, but unfortunately it happens, and it would be wise to keep these things in mind. A person needs every possible advantage in this ultra-competitive world, and how one represents him or herself is an important aspect to achieving success, and that can be directly controlled by the individual. So the take-home message from this quote would be, choose your best team.